here today to remember in memorial those whose souls died at the hands of evil on October 7th, that dreadful dark Shabbat, and the souls who died defending Israel since that day. We are here to remember in hope those who are still held captive by Hamas and its proxies. We are here to stand in support and love with our Jewish brothers and sisters in the greater Vancouver community, around the world, and in Israel, the eternal homeland of the Jewish people. What happened on October 7 in Israel was the most abhorrent and barbaric attack on the Jewish community and others in Israel since the Shoah, the Holocaust. Rabbis are saying it feels like 1939 in Germany. We cannot stand by while deceit and evil are being perpetrated against Israel, and the Jewish people are being targeted by hate and lies and incitement of violence and murder. This attack in Israel has triggered anti-Semitism, and what has risen is terrible hatred against Israel around the world and even in this community. This is absolutely wrong and abhorrent. We stand against this hostility and evil in the strongest terms. We will stand with Israel and the Jewish people. You are not alone. Today, I am Jewish. We are all brothers and sisters. We watch in horror as we see anti-Semitism on Canadian campuses and in cities around the world. Anti-Semitism has risen more than ever seen in recent times, with such velocity it's hard to comprehend. We see the animosity and the denial against the state of Israel and its right to exist. Zionism is the Jewish nation's self-determination and right to live in their homeland, Israel. Anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. We concur with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s statement to the Rabbinical Assembly on March 25, 1968, 10 days before his assassination. I see Israel, and never mind saying it, as one of the greatest outposts of democracy in the world, and a marvelous example of what can be done. How desert land almost can be transformed into an oasis of brotherhood and democracy. Peace for Israel means security, and that security must be a reality. Our hearts break for all the trauma and pain which has been suffered by the Jewish people and is still being suffered today. We at ICEJ Canada endeavor in practical ways to help Israel and work closely with its leaders there, now, during this war, and in the future. We stand side by side with our Jewish brothers and sisters. We hope and pray with Israel that the Jewish people have peace and security very soon, the safety and release from captivity of all the remaining hostages, and their return home. We thank God for the continuing miracles we see in Israel, and we trust He will see them through these very difficult days. Israel Chai, the people of Israel live. I welcome Pastor Adam Gabeli of Westwood Community Church now, and spokesperson for ICEJ Jerusalem.
Shalom, everyone. Shalom. And greetings on behalf of the International Christian Embassy in Jerusalem. I want to first acknowledge and thank Dina, Larry, Neil, Betty Lou, and the whole ICEJ BC regional team who've spent time, hours and hours, to put this very special moment together. Can we put a hand together? I love them very much, and this is so important for the Canadian Jewish community and Israel at this time. I have the privilege in my new role at the ICEJ to represent our headquarters in Jerusalem as a spokesperson for the Americas. But at this time, I'm beyond words that it's been almost a year, 318 days or so, since those fateful moments, October 7th, that was burned into our psyche as believers, as friends of Israel, and of course, as the Jewish people. I happened to be there on October 7th with my wife, who at the time was 5 months pregnant with our 4th child. On the 5th of October, I was with a group of Christians from around the world. We had a large solidarity meeting, a little bit like this. There was about 700 of us at Sapir College in the Gaza envelope. That afternoon, we went with 50 pastors and leaders from around the world to Kibbutz Be'eri, which was right between Kibbutz Be'eri, we went to Kibbutz Alumim, that's where we were, and between Kibbutz Be'eri and Kfar Aza, the two hardest hit kibbutzim on that day, just 2 days before. So it's very real, the emotions, the trauma, the growth of anti-Semitism that we've been seeing. And we can say that we have been suffering together with our people at that time. But still, after all that we've been through, I can confidently say that millions of Bible-believing Christians around the world continue to stand unwaveringly with Israel and the Jewish people. After almost 45 years, with now over 90 branches around the world, the ICEJ is just a testament to that very fact. Millions of biblical Zionists stand with you, Israel. They stand with you, Canadian Jewish community. And I echo what my dear friend Dina said, Am Israel Chai, the people of Israel live. And we will stand with you to the very end. I've been asked to open with a prayer and a blessing for this special event. And for those who feel comfortable, I would invite you to stand as I pray. Avinu Shebashamayim, we thank you. Even as King David wrote 3,000 years ago, Hine ma tov namayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good and how pleasant it is when brothers, people dwell together in unity. And Lord, we ask for your special blessing today as Christians and Jews are gathered together in solidarity, remembering what